Alright, what's up YouTube, HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys with the Infinite Track discussion video. So I want to be talking about the heavily machined monsters from Infinite Chasers. And it's something that I want to talk about because I know a lot of you guys are very interested in the 3 new archetypes. So hey, why not do some videos on it? So these are all Earth Machine monsters from the main deck to the extra. They have 2 Link monsters, 3 Exceeds, and the Exceeds and the Link monsters work really well together, honestly. Now, here's one of the crazy things about it. Most of the majority of the monsters in the main deck are level 5. However, they have the ability to tribute an Earth Machine monster you control to special summon themselves from the hand, which is great because it speeds up the process there. And then they have their own unique abilities. The level 4 or lower monsters have the ability to combine the original level of both themselves and another machine monster you control to change pretty much equal up in levels so you can get Exceed and Link plays, which is great. One spell and one trap, ironically enough, and I thought it would be more, but unfortunately it isn't. And it sucks, but yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles. But don't worry, I will talk about some other stuff to help out the deck as much as possible. And then, unfortunate downside to one archetype, which I'll get into as well. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, I'm going to start off with the Infinitrack Tunneler. I did read the effects. The main effect before is that the level 5s have the ability to tribute a machine Earth monster you control to summon themselves from the hand. The other effect is that you can banish this card from your graveyard to target 5 machine Earth monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them back into the deck, and draw 2. Then, oh, I forgot about the attack and defense. I'm so sorry. Tunneler is a level 5 Earth Machine monster with 2200 attack, 500 defense. Next up is Crab Crane, who's also a level 5 Earth Machine with 2100 attack and 500 defense. And its ability is you can banish 1 machine monster in your graveyard to target 1 out-triggered expansion from your deck to your hand. Then we have Infinitrack Drag Shovel. So Shovel's effect is you can banish a machine monster in your graveyard to add 1 spin turn from your deck to your hand. Then we have one of my personal favorites, Trencher. You can target 1 level 5. You banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 level 5 or lower Infinitrack monster in your graveyard except for Trencher, and special summon it to the field in defense. Then we have one of the 2 level 4 lower monsters. This is the level 4 Anchor Drill. 1800 attack, 500 defense, machine Earth attribute. If this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 Earth Machine monster from your hand in defense, except for Anchor. And then you can target 1 machine monster you control in this card and combine their level. Excuse me. And combine their level to equal the original level of the 2 monsters until the end of the turn. Harvester also has the same ability, and then when it's normal or special summon, you can add 1 Infinitrack monster from your deck to your hand, except a copy of itself. So, that is the monsters. For the spells, we have Out-Triggered Expansion. Out-Triggered Expansion says that your opponent cannot target machine Exceed monsters you control with card effects. Once a turn, you can target 1 Infinitrack Exceed monster you control and special summon from your extra deck 1 machine monster that is 2 ranks higher than the targeted monster by using the targeted monster as material. Also, you cannot special summon any other monster for the rest of the turn except for Earth Machines, even if this card leaves the field. It's treated as an Exceed summon, and any materials attached to that monster are moved on to the new monster. Next is Spin Turn, the only trap card in this archetype, and it has 2 effects. You can target 1 Earth Machine monster you control in attack position, and 1 monster your opponent controls, change your monster to defense position, and then blow up the monster. Then destroy the monster. The effect is you can target 1 Earth Machine monster you control in defense position, and target 1 spell trap your opponent controls. Change your target to attack mode, and then destroy the spell trap your opponent controls. So That is the main deck. For the extra, let's talk about Infinitrack Machine. Infinitrack Mountain Smasher. Rank 7, 2100 attack, 3100 defense. And 2 level 7 monsters. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can attach that monster to this card as material. You can only use each effect of Infinitrack Machine Smasher once per turn. You can detach one material from this card to have this card gain 1000 attack. If this card is in your graveyard, you can tribute one machine link monster you control and special this card in defense. Next up is Infinitrack Earth Slicer. Level 9 machine type monster. Rank 9 machine type monster. 3100 attack, 2100 defense, and needs 2 level 9 monsters. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can attach that monster to this card as material. I think all the Exceed monsters for Infinitrack says this. And then it has the other ability that you can detach any number of material from this card, then target any number of cards on the field and destroy those cards. If this card's in your graveyard, you can tribute one machine link monster to set this card in defense. Then we have the next monster, which is the rank 5 River Steamer. 2500 attack, 500 defense, Earth attribute machine type monster. 2 level 5 monsters. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can attach that monster to it as material. Then you can only activate one of each of the following effects. The first effect is you can detach the material from this card and take one Earth Machine monster in your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. The next effect is if this card is in your graveyard, you can tribute one Machine Link monster and special summon it to the field and defense. Next is the Link monsters. We have Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops. This is Link monster is Link 3, 4000 attack, Earth Machine, points left, bottom left, and bottom right. Points right, bottom right, and left. I'm sorry, I did not mean to get those mixed up. It needs 3 Exceed monsters. How does that work? I don't know. Not my problem. But it's unaffected by other monster effects except for those of Exceed monsters. This card cannot be destroyed by battle except for battling with an Exceed monster. You can target one Exceed monster in your graveyard and one card your opponent controls. Special summon that monster from your graveyard. And if you do, attach your opponent's card to this card as material. As long as it's for the rest of the turn, any damage your opponent would take is half. You can only use this effect of Infinite Machine Megaclops once per turn. The next monster is Infinitrack Goliath. Goliath is a Link 1 Earth attribute machine monster with 1000 attack and keep points bottom left. And his ability is one non-Link Infinitrack monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard, it's sent to the field to the graveyard, you can target one Exceed monster you control and attach this card to it as material. You can only use this effect of Infinitrack Goliath once per turn. Any Exceed monsters whose original type is machine that has this card as material gains this effect. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. So, that is all of the cards for the Infinitrack monsters. And my honest opinion about these guys is these are some heavy machines. Like, no lie. These machine monsters are really amazing. They really are. I honestly think this is one of my favorites looking at it because of the fact that they work to combine themselves with the graveyard. They work to combine themselves with the field, and it's just a really good thing to look at. Like, it's been a minute since, honestly, in my opinion, I don't hate machine monsters. I just wish a lot of them weren't so Cyber Dragon. Like, that's the thing, and then that's one of the things I didn't really like. Like, I like the trains, because I'll talk about trains in a minute. I love trains. I didn't like Cyber Dragon. And even though Cyber Dragon is a good monster, the Cyber Dragon archetype kind of just killed everything that wanted to be a machine, unless you were Gadget or the Machina setup. But Machina setup worked really well with the Cyber Dragon, only because of the fact it had the gadgets to work with. And like, don't get me wrong, dead spots and stuff were good, and all the little here's and there's, but this is a solid archetype. And then there's Klee, but Klee was more so pendulum based. And we've been through the pendulum scenario of life, right? So I am not going through that again. But like I like what a lot of these cards do. I like a lot of what these cards do. You have a pot of avarice. You have a way to search for two of your spells in traps. Then, oh no, I'm sorry. You have a way to summon your spell, search for your spell in trap, and then you have utility to go and get your monsters from the graveyard, which is great. You have your level 4 lower monsters. Excuse me for fading out a minute. You have your level 4 lower monsters who can make your bigger monsters, which won't take long because if you combine their total levels, you can get right into them. And it's really amazing how utilized this archetype can get with that. Especially how they work out. Their spell, I don't like their trap card, but I love their spell. And I love their spell because it has so much utility with earth machines. Not to mention, it works in combination with the Exceed monsters, which you have really good support for earth machine Exceed monsters since trains. And relatively, I want to say Despot, but Despot was Pendulum, and they don't even have an Exceed. They just have Synchros. So, honestly, looking at it, I feel this is a great way to bring back some of the Exceed stuff and really get a good hand on it. In terms of top spin, I feel it's very gimmicky because it's really just battle position switching, and that's like the only positive I have for it. Because I mean, if you want spell and trap destruction, Twin Twister, Twister, MST, those are cards for a reason. And Twin Twister will really help out this archetype because then they can banish themselves from the graveyard to do their additional effects. Moving on to the like the Link and Exceed monsters. What a great combination to use these guys with, right? To really just say, okay, tribute a monster, here I come. Get a monster, here I come. You know, utilizing level manipulation to get a lot of the big guys out. It does really remind me of trains and how useful they are with trains. Because, spoilers, my deck profile will be with trains and Infinitracks, just how well they work together and how awesome their effects are and how amazing they are with these these rank 10s and these rank 7s and 8s and 9s and all our machines. Their link monsters are amazing as well. The fact that, yeah, this one will take a little more because you need link monsters of various types, then you got this right here. So it's not too far away when you combine it with the right setup. And Goliath is still a really good card too and has great synergy with Exceed monsters. That's kind of what I wanted. I wanted Link monsters to combine well with other cards in the extra deck, and we're starting to see that grow as Link monsters grow. Some other things I want to mention are, well, cards that I'll be wanting to talk about that could really work with this. The one thing is that I've tried to get Klee on board, but there is one downside to Klee. And that is you cannot special summon monsters except for Klee. Then this effect cannot be negated. So yeah, that is the reason why a lot of players strayed away from Klee for it. Because Klee locks themselves into Klee. So the only utilized thing you can do with a Klee monster is use their extra deck monster, Klee for Genius, which is a really good monster for for Infinitracks. And I wish that we could have utilized the link in the pendulum setup, so that way we'd have a lot more monsters, at least to help bring out more monsters. But because the fact that they locked themselves out, Klee for Monolith and Klee for Scout, just, I'm sorry, we can't use them because they locked themselves into Klee. If they didn't lock themselves into Klee, and the effect could be negated, would be perfectly fine. We'd be seeing Klee Infinitracks all over, but unfortunately we can't because they locked themselves into Klee, or forcing themselves into Klee. Now, Jumbo Drill. This was a card that I started looking at, and I was like, this card works with them tremendously because you can combine it with something like Anchor, and then bam, all your machine monsters will be the same level, will be have an increased level by 1. So if you go Drill, then combine Jumbo Drill with it, then use Jumbo Drills, they'll be 9. Then you can go into bam, Well, you can go into BAM, Earth. You can go into Earth Slicer and then utilize Earth Slicer's effects and utilize Earth Slicer's abilities without the hassle. So I think Jumbo Drill will be a great addition to them. And I don't know if Jumbo Drill was reprinted, but if you guys get the hands on Jumbo Drill, go for Jumbo Drill. It really does help out. And then of course Choo Choo, because the trains are coming. And I think this will be one of this archetype's biggest combinations is with the trains, because they're Earth Machine. Jumbo Drill's Earth Machine. You can use Earth Machine combinations and have enough support to defend itself, advise itself, and anything else. You can just drop a skill train or an Axle Full that make their effects negated, and then bam, just run into stuff or take stuff out. So, like, that's pretty much why I wanted to talk about the trains, because the trains have that utility. Yeah, they're level 10 monsters, but a lot of them do come out as level 4. Then you can combine levels and stuff like that. Actually, I'd be very careful, because you don't want a level 14 monster. You can't do anything with it. But you can make a lot of these trains become Gustavs. You can make them become any of the super Dreadnought cards, and then benefit from Dreadnought cards. So, my overall opinion of this is I love the artwork. I love their effects. They are really good setup cards. And it's nice to see some Earth Machine monsters instead for the typical Cyber Dragons that we've been getting lately. So, I hope to see this deck do well. And if I would say pick it up, I'd say go for it, because you have a lot of things. Just make sure you can find you some Jumbo Drills. And with Sister of the Rose, bam, you got a lot of your other cards for your rank 10. So take advantage of them as well. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you guys think of the machine archetype that is Infinitrack. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.